Hey, I have something super cool to tell you. You know what? You can see sound, and that's not new.
Seriously?
Okay, let's start from the very beginning. In 1632, Galileo Galilei observed this for the very first time when he was scraping his brass plate with iron chisel that produced a strong whistling sound and fine streaks parallel to each other. For the second time in 1680s, Robert Hooke observed the same while he was running the bow of his violin along a glass plate which has flour over it. These patterns were observed made by the flour. Cut to 1787, where Ernst Chladni repeated the same experiments as of Robert Hooke and published the same in his own book, Discoveries in the Theory of Sound. Later, in 1972, Hans Schener coined the term cymatics. Cymatics is basically visual music. It is the study of sound and vibrations made visible, usually on a membrane or a plate or even the surface of water. I know you still doubt me, so let me show you. You see that matter tends to shape itself into symmetrical arrangements when placed in specific frequencies. These are known as Chladni figures. This is very similar to when you are standing very close to a speaker and you feel that wind on your face. But why such patterns? Sound is essentially a longitudinal pressure wave that moves with the help of compressions and rarefactions along the medium, and that's how it transfers energy in the medium. But when a speaker or a sound is placed very near to the circular disc of water, what happens is that longitudinal wave gets converted to a transverse wave that moves over the surface of water, that reflects from the boundary of the surface of water and forms notes and internotes. And when these different frequencies reflect and interfere constructively, which means that these waves are in phase with each other and resulting waves have a higher amplitude, this gives rise to specific patterns. Beautiful, isn't it? But why are we talking about this? Because you can emit sound too with these high-tech acoustic cameras. These are not like your normal cameras. See, your normal camera has a frame rate of about 30 or 60 FPS, right? But these cameras are really high speed as they have a frame rate of about 40,000 frames per second. And that's really cool. Let me show you a demo. This gets even interesting when two sounds of different frequencies are played simultaneously. This camera can help you isolate a single sound. And not just this, once you have the recording of the camera, you can use the eyedropper tool in Photoshop to point at different parts of the recording and hear the sound of that particular part. How does this work? We detect the sound when it reaches our ears. This device has many microphones that detect individual frequency of the sounds in higher resolution. It also calculates the distance from where the sound is coming so that it can show the sound at specific positions. And this is actually the superficial way of explaining how it works because its working is really very complex. So if you are listening till here, I have something super cool to show you. This camera can even detect echo. Initially, here you see the sound of the clap at the center, and now you see different flashing hotspots of the sound all over the walls. This is actually the echo. So where can this be used? The Central Pollution Control Board has laid permissible noise levels for India in different states. This camera can monitor the noise pollution levels in real time and also help the police to identify the vehicles which produce large amount of noise. Not just this camera can also be used in checking the faults or leaks in the industries because these are highly sensitive. While the production of machines, this camera can also help companies make no sound leak instruments. Acoustic cameras is also used for faster medical diagnosis. And lately, it can also help analyze room acoustics and check sound insulation in them. And that's not it. There is a specific kinetic therapy that is used to lower the stress levels and anxiety among individuals, improving their physical health. This camera helps in governing the therapy too. So, this was all about this video. Do let me know how do you feel about the same, and if you are an expert in this field and have some additional information about the same, do let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. We'll meet you in the next video with another optimistic science and tech story. Till then, bye-bye.